All right, let's see here. We are live at this time. So before I get into the show intro, I like to be able to check all of our, you know, connections and all that good stuff because I'm the production right now.
Yeah, you are it.
Somebody got to do it.
You are definitely it. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. This ain't. I mean, it's some technical stuff involved, but the thing is, like, you can do what you want to do, but the internet does what it wants to do. Then when you're trying to connect a few different platforms and stuff has to
Right.
work the right way the first time.
Mm.
So I don't want to just get started and then it kicks us out, for
True
whatever
that.
reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. There you go, right there. Hey, what's up, Marcio? What's going on? Hey, for those of you that are just now tuning in, welcome to the Code Talk Solutions Only Evening Show.
There you go. Woohoo.
What's up? Glad you guys can make it for another episode of the Code Talk Solutions Only Evening Show. I am your host, Victor Venzion, and with me, joining me by my side, is none other than Mr. Antoine Christopher, aka the other artist. And he's always, I don't know, man, like he's always got something to eat, and he's always got something that's grinding his gears.
I ain't saying it no more because every time I say it, I'm like, I'm walking into what I'm nibbling on, and I got a habit of doing it. So I ain't saying it no more, and it sounds funny coming from a man.
Hey, the more you explain it, the less interesting it is. So the more you're setting yourself up for
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm keeping my mouth.
Yeah, you gotta chill. So, last week's show was called Pocket Watching, and we was basically talking about, like who's engaging who's observing who, basically like people not paying attention to the right things. And I should have recorded our post-show discussion. I'm going to do that today when we go backstage. And, we talk for like a few minutes or whatever. But, one of the things that we were discussing after the show was what are we going to talk about next week? And I asked you, what are we talking about today? I remember. But I know there's so many things that grinds Antoine's gears. And I told you, I said, whatever gets on your plate for discussion, and as long as it fits within the 5 principles of what accountable masculinity is about, we can discuss it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is supposed to be for open discussion, what you think is important, and what you think men need to pay attention to, or maybe whatever you think women need to pay attention to, whatever grinds Antoine's gears that he feels is pertinent. So you got to answer your own question today. Based on what we talked about last week, what do you remember that was grinding your gears enough for you to bring it up?
I remember. Honestly, I don't watch social media like that anymore, so I can't even tell you. I cannot remember for the life of me, and I blame myself for that because I should have known this. I should have. Yeah.
And this is fine because that's why I titled the show what I did. It's called Adapting, right? And you're not, and you just said that you're not consuming as much social media as you were. You know what I'm saying? Like previously, you know what I'm saying? Over the last 3 years, have been a gradual decline since we've been working with each other, right?
Yeah.
And I thought about adapting to capture that because the social media influencer space is changing a lot. People are running out of people. We've already said that everybody's been regurgitating certain talking points and nobody's focused on solutions for real. I've dedicated
social media.
Yeah. And like most people, what they would think is a solution is truly just a suggestion. You know what I'm saying? Like even when we did elevated dialogue, we give people tools or suggestions. You know what I'm saying? We come up with different perspectives and explain it in a way where somebody can, you know what I'm saying, maybe take something from it, right? So that was like the parallel, you know, like we got to talk about what the problem is, and we can make suggestions, but all suggestions are not solutions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I remember that you said you wanted to talk about was about there's a certain platform that you brought up that piqued your interest that is not what it used to be. And
oh, I got it. It just hit me. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And because you said you wanted to bring up clips, you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah. I'm laughing my head off now.
Yeah.
And I was right. I was right, 100% right.
Tell them what you was right about, Antoine.
If I remember correctly, we were talking about F and F.
Ah, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I was right, 100% right. I told you, man.
Yeah. So
you can preach all you want, but eventually the light will come to the surface.
Okay, go ahead and for the audience that's watching and listening, break down what you're talking about.
Well, obviously, I'm talking about Fresh and Fit, right?
Okay.
And I don't talk about their show because I think their show is disgusting, right? I think that the way they talk to people, especially the girls on the panel, the way they invite the I don't want to say bimbos, but let's just say not well informed women, young women.
Mm-hmm.
The way they talk down to them and derogatory and call them names outside of their names, the racial slurs when they're from different parts of the country and they have an accent, and they just go in on them with stupidity, you know. And everybody uses that. Well, we make fun of everybody as an excuse to talk to people like that, right? Mm-hmm. Or, you know, like a comedian tells jokes. Well, I'm a comedian, that's why I'm allowed to say it. No, you're an ass, and I'm gonna say you're an ass, right? Especially, we all know which one's the major ass, right? And we also know which one's the idiot. Jesus Christmas. But anyways, so, and these guys preach about, you know, like all of a sudden they popped out of nowhere, I think 2-3 years, and all of a sudden they know they're the end all be all about how men should be, how they should, and they speak for all men. Even though they say they're generally speaking, they speak for all men, and all immature men, all stupid men, right? Because men of value don't really speak like that, and they aren't described like how the idiot says he is. And I'm calling them an idiot just based on how he is and how he conducts himself. The rudest motherfucker out there, and I'll say it like that, right? and I'm going to tell you, every woman that goes on that show deserves exactly what she. I can't even blame him because they actually know how he is. So when he goes on and talks to them like that, that just tells me about how desperate a woman is, or a young woman in their case, for their 15 minutes of fame to be seen. And it's always the only fan girls, the ones that aren't educated. Does he bring on educated women? Yeah, he claims he does, but how often? Let's be real. All right, he makes his money off the bimbos, and I don't even want to call them bimbos because, you know, they're not really bimbos. They just lack the education, lack a good family structure, a good support group. They didn't have any of that. You can clearly see it, and they're going after the bag and the money and all. I ain't calling it a bag. I speak English. Goddamn it, the bag. But anyways, so all of a sudden now, all that preaching for years, let's say 3 years, I think, whatever.
Yeah, however long it was.
And they go, and one of them goes, actually, the other one I had a close call, I think. But one of them goes and does the one thing they show is based on. It's like the 4 legs of the show. He goes and makes that mistake with a 304. And she's not even really a 304. Because I've heard all her clips, and I've seen her, and I went on her Instagram. I did my homework on her. She's not as dumb, and she's not as dumb as they make her out to be, but he's an idiot. He's an idiot, right? Because honestly, he killed the show.
All right, I'm gonna play the clip for a second to get everybody else caught up so they can see what's going on. Hey, fair use. I'll be right back. Oh, there we go. Hold up.
I don't want to.
All right.
I want the baby because I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and then it's over.
No. I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from the doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant. I can't pretending like nothing happened. I can't. In my religion, we don't kill.
You're not killing. Okay.
I want to keep the baby.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just don't want any kids. You know?
Okay, so what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do to me?
Nothing. Well, why did I do anything to you?
Nothing?
Why did I do anything to you?
No, I know. So like, how are you gonna deal with this? By saying I don't want a baby? That's all?
I mean, if you go to the doctor, I guess.
To the doctor. So you want abortion?
I mean, yeah. Why do you want a kid now?
And why do you make me pregnant now?
That's what I'm like. There's no way that's true. But then it's like, oh wow, like.
So just think about it. It's meant to be. God
Sorry?
wants you to have the baby.
Definitely not.
It is. God wants you to have a baby. 7 years never happened, and then you're you're fucking me for a month, and I'm pregnant. What does that mean?
Well,
Like now, I just think about if you force me to kill the baby, then you're a sin.
Well, we already sinned by having sex, but it's too late now. You know. But honestly,
You see, and one thing I want to say, if you listen, and I studied this tape, if you listen very, very closely, at one point it comes to the idiot's mind that, wait a minute, she might be recording this call, because then he starts choosing his words wisely and he doesn't say what he says. He kind of like backpedals a little bit on certain things and uses doctor instead of pill. And he knows, right there he knew, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. She's recording this conversation. Because in the beginning, he was all hard strong. All their whole show is based on these 304s, they always say. They stand on the 304. Don't let a 304 do this, do that. Now when he talks on the show or the other idiot talks on the show, I'm just looking at them going like, I don't believe one word you're saying, because you know why? You had a close call and this idiot went out and did it. So you obviously ain't communicating. He just killed the main foundation of his show. And you know what? God is good, because God, you had to put a stop to this shit. And the people that tune in still, now I understand why they got demonetized. Because they make fun of her accent because she has a strong Asian accent. And I don't see why you should make fun of people's accents in the first place, because and they make fun of how, the words don't come out right, but you could sort of put the broken English together and make the sentence for her to make it easier for her. But they literally go out of their way, joke about how she said it like they don't know what that person's saying. And then another thing, he has the gall to play the video and bring receipts. Meanwhile, the girl in the video, if you look at her Instagram and the way this woman is built, the one in the video that he played looks nothing like her. She doesn't even sound like her. All right, because that one in the video actually spoke better English than this one. So I really wanted to give the benefit of the doubt, but I wanted to do the research on this because these guys disgust me so much. I can't stand them. And don't get me wrong, I don't watch them. I used to watch them, and I'm not even ashamed to say that, because I wanted to know, and I agree with some of the stuff they do and how women trap you. And I agree with some of the stuff they say. Don't get me wrong, because I say it too, but I'm a little bit more tactful. But
you ain't fucking tactful.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Yes, I'm more tactful.
Well, I would say this, and that's what prompted the, like you get an idea, and I try to frame the idea into what the overall content is supposed to be, and the people that we're talking about, like there's obvious sentiment that people agree with what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just period point blank. It's hypocrisy at this point. You know,
but all of it is a scam, bro. It's like reality TV, man. That shit ain't reality. They get an idea of something from the real life and then put it on there and then doctor that shit up.
Listen, I know they're playing. Listen, I know they're playing to the views, likes, subscription, and money. I'm not saying that, right? But and I at least like to think that they're trying to be authentic in some ways. I'm just saying, if we're helping men or we're helping men in general, first of all, we're not going to educate them like that. All right. We're not going to make fun of people like that. I have morals and values that I was raised with. And I don't know about that ass, but I couldn't talk like that, knowing I have my parents that may watch one day, because my mother wouldn't want me to think of women like that. She knows all the scams, being from the islands. She knows all the scams women are capable of playing, because island women can play them. Ooh, they make American women look innocent if they wanted to. But I would be disrespecting her as a woman, and she knows that. She knows that 100%. So I have morals and values, and I'm going to put that on paper. So I can't speak the way these guys go down on women like that.
All right, Twan, look. You can't look at social media like you would do it, because a lot of people out here only do it for the money. They don't, all this shit be fake, man. I'm trying to tell you. All of it is based off if you name anything, it's based off human emotion. So if you wanna sell something, you just gotta find something that human cannot motherfucking like turn away. Like, okay, so if you want to sell some dogs, or you want just sell some dogs, right? You get you a nice little cute puppy. You feel me? Make sure the family got some damn kids, and then the kids gonna put the pressure on the parents, and then bam, the dog is going home. So you see what I'm saying? So just like with the internet, people just be sold onto the idea of these people can be really true and honest, and no, it's not like that at all.
I agree with you on that.
That's honest, and now we want to do it, but all these get rich scams, it's a scam. All these fucking relationship advice, who the fuck? Ain't nobody a doctor. Ain't nobody went to school for this. It's their opinion, their life, their situation.
No, but you listen. You don't need listen. Everybody says you need to be a doctor to talk about an operation. Not really. You have knowledge. You can talk about it. Can you go in depth and explain the details of it? No. Can you prescribe shit? No. But you're a doctor.
Conversation.
But you can have a conversation.
You're saying there's levels to the conversation.
There's levels to the conversation. Now, if you really want to get in, I wouldn't go on and say, well, I won't say that, but I wouldn't want to go on.
Say that. Go ahead and say it, man.
Don't lie.
I don't want to go on and say abortion is. I don't want to go on and say. I don't want to go on and say abortion is a bad thing, right? But I'm for abortion, for incest, for certain things. That can happen. If you can't afford to bring a child in this world, I don't think no child should be born to suffer. Period. So what are you going to do? The best thing, and I believe that every abortion should be used for science.
Give it up for adoption.
I would sign, yeah. If it is a woman's choice, but I believe whatever happens to the embryo should be used for science purposes. Because if you really look at it, they say sometimes that embryo can be used to find cures for Alzheimer's. They actually use it, and I think it should be used. Now, do I believe women are using abortions as a sign of contraceptives? No, I don't believe the science on that. I don't believe women are doing that. I don't think any woman in their right mind wants to put their body through that. Because listen, after you have it, the procedure is you do sign a paper saying you might not be able to have kids again.
Yeah, if you just out there, man, it's just chicks out there just fucking, just like dudes out there.
I believe that, and I think they're trying to time their ovulation and all that shit.
But what I'm saying is, it's some women out there purposely like this guy and want to go give him some while she ovulating. He don't know it. He just think that shit wet.
Yeah, but we're talking about I'm not talking about the accountable masculinity. I'm talking about accountable masculinity.
Well,
I'm not talking about the pookies. I'm not talking about those guys. Those guys don't brown bag anything. Those guys are good as their next victim. I ain't talking about them.
Yeah.
Right? They're not in my level or my league, so I wouldn't talk on them. I don't hang with them, so I don't want to speak for them. I look at them and I go the other way. I'm cool with that. Right?
All right.
But I'm talking about the accountable men that we are trying to reach to do better. And I'm saying those men are responsible. Those men actually think about their future before they think about where they're putting it in. And I'm saying on that show, these guys extort these women in a sense that they play on their innocence. Because they're all innocent girls. They're 21, 22. Come on, man. Think back of when we were 21, 22. Anything with a pair of tits and legs was hot, right? There was really no judgment of fat and thin. We just wanted to land it somewhere. Okay?
Hey, I don't know about you, but listen, man.
Generally speaking.
Saying generally speaking.
Oh, generally, you can speak for yourself.
I said generally speaking.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like
Most
most
trying to get some practice in.
Yeah.
You gotta get some practice swings in. I feel it. But you knock it out the park, you gotta goddamn get it.
I never.
Hey, Antoine.
Don't make me go there, boys.
Before this.
Before the. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Antoine used to be at the motherfucking choir. He a choir director.
No, but this was the reason why, like, the topic stuck in my mind, because, like, yeah, you got people that's gonna do it for money,
right?
And then you got guys that are like Antoine, who was really looking for content that was useful,
helpful.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it comes off. It's packaged a certain type of way, and it appears to be helpful. And it's useful in terms of just, if you just read the words and didn't know how it was spoken, and you can just look at it principle for principle, cause and effect, you can still get something from it if you don't have anything. But when you've been around people that are well-meaning and they want different outcomes, and it has to come in a healthy way, it's levels to the conversation yet again, you know, because eventually you're going to have to only talk to a certain person, a person with a certain level of conversation skills, in order to prove everything that you're saying.
Right.
Because you're not going to get somebody to go on that show and that's going to destroy your show. You're going to get somebody that's going to come in, take what the platform represents, and then be able to run through whatever guests that you have, you know, well, run through whoever's on the panel. And
that's another thing. People are, if you look at the show now, I guarantee you, mark my words, people are going to distance themselves from that shit, because everything he's saying is bullshit because of what happened. Now, if you watch the show again, how he's interviewing from that moment forward, he's a very frustrated and emotional man. The guy is, from a guy who says men should be like this, they're alphas, no emotion, shouldn't get triggered. This guy's triggered every show. And those stupid videos he put out to justify what the ass did, and it was ridiculous, right? I mean, the guy's talking about all this, don't get caught, don't get this, don't get that. Meanwhile, you're hitting it raw. And it's like, dude, like, he didn't even think of the consequences of his actions while he was getting it. And I believe everything she was saying based on what happened. Now, to try to backpedal, listen, I wouldn't mind her having my kid. Goddamn, Lord, have mercy.
Come on, man. We could have did without that.
I'm just saying.
Don't let the intrusive thoughts win.
If I'm lucky enough to come across something like that, I'm getting it pregnant. Fuck that. There's a hole in my condom. That broke on its own. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna say it like she don't even have to marry me. Just knowing I hit it was good enough. I'm good.
What you gonna do?
I will support it 100%.
She don't want to be with you. She just want to put you in child support. What you want to do?
What do you mean she don't want to be with me? I mean she don't.
Antoine's like, that's impossible. Antoine's like, that's impossible. What are you talking about?
I will wine and dine. I'm working my finger to the bone.
Dude, let me tell you something. She wants to be with him, and he ain't even know Adonis. If you look, I mean, he ain't know Adonis. All right, but she hit it because of the money, and I get her. Let me tell you something. Dimes cost money, and she knew what she was doing when she did it. But now that the kid is on its way, if I was him, she ain't like an ugly woman you couldn't marry, bro. I would make an honest woman out of that as best I could for the sake of the child. I will do my part.
So why you think he is having a difficult time? I mean, accepting it, and you know what I mean, like.
Okay, can I be honest with you about that?
Yeah, for real. Just speak.
Okay, I'll tell you why. I really think he does want to be with her and does want to marry her. But because of the image these guys created over the years, that would be going against everything they spoke about.
That's
the many does not outweigh the one.
That is very true.
Problem right there. So he can't go back on everything he said since the show started and marry a 304, according to them. Because what would happen to that show? Well, all it would be is, well, you married your 304, so I'm an OnlyFans. There's got to be a shot for me doing it. He can't be the honest man he wants to be, so he has to lie. And he has to lie because, honestly, the pressure and the money that's involved, dude, he's doing the right thing. It's like Marshawn. It's like, I always like to say, it's like Marshawn Lynch on the 3-yard line that they threw the ball instead of giving it to him and let him run across the thing. That call came from upstairs and said, anybody but him. He's not going to be the face of the Super Bowl. You got 10-year, coach. Don't worry about it. Throw the ball. We're good. We got one ring. We'll get one later on, but not that nigga. Click. That's how that went. That's how that went.
Well, way to look at it.
Hey,
that's one hell of a perspective.
Hey, that's a hell of a perspective right there.
He did it for the team and the league and the face of the NFL. Anybody but that guy, because he's not marketable. He doesn't talk. He doesn't represent the NFL good. And there's no way. Where did he go after? The Raiders, where all the criminals go and watch. I don't think you gotta see it for what it is, man.
Hey, you know what, man? I think you're cooking, but Uncle Junior has joined us, and he left a question for you. Would you like to field this?
Yes, I would. I would 100% marry you. I'd bring the child into this world in a union of a marriage. Yes, that's my morals and my values. If I get any girl pregnant, fat, skinny, ugly, I'm doing the right thing because there ain't no child going to be born under me without the covenant of God. I'm going to do whatever happens later, I did my part. But whatever happens later, happens later. But I will
try.
I try. I'm going to try my best, bro. But I'll tell you one thing. Before I marry her, I'm signing off over all my assets, whatever I have in the bank, to my brother. And I'm getting an allowance from him. She can't take shit if shit hits the fan. I'm doing what that soccer player did, giving everything to my mom. So when she divorced my ass and find something better and richer, no problem. You can get them. I'm doing good.
Okay. I think he has a better refined question. He says, no, the chick that is pregnant by Fresh, would you still, I think what he's asking, even though she's got another guy's baby, would you be interested in her?
Nah, not the guy. Nah, because I want to know where the baby came from and it's fresh. No way in hell.
Like I ain't doing that, nigga.
Hey, you know what? Yo,
I ain't bailing that motherfucker.
But like Uncle Junior, that was a great alley-oop though. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes to a larger point when we talk about step parents. Like what circumstances would be ideal if you had to be a step parent. Like all of this stuff goes back into a larger conversation about, like what type of responsibility do you want to take when you are dating within a certain lane? Because, like you were talking about before, like you have to change your bait, right? You got to change.
I'll be honest with you. That man ugly. I don't want my child looking like that. I don't care.
Yo,
and just to think it's gonna be born with some slanted eyes, no.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna say it like it is. No.
Well, I tell you.
So I feel you. So you're trying to say that? Oh man. Yeah.
I said it. I meant it too.
You got to pick. You saying you got to pick a struggles. You can't be ugly with slanted eyes. You can't have slanted eyes.
Dude, that guy's blue. Are you kidding me? And he can't even speak properly. And he's making fun of other people.
So you saying he Pepsi black?
Pepsi. The man's blue.
Oh, so he 4:30 in the morning black.
Yeah.
he's I'm seeing only your teeth in your eyes at night.
Ooh.
Hey. The views expressed on this platform from my brother Brett and my other brother Antoine do not reflect.
It does not reflect. I'm a wholeheartedly.
Hey, listen, you asking for honesty?
They having a conversation.
We just having a conversation, and I'm
We're having a conversation, an honest conversation.
Who got slandered?
Call
I
one.
said, hey, they talk about they don't they
Five,
talk
five,
about
five.
they talk about the light skinned brothers. Don't they talk about the light skinned brothers? I'm already gay because I speak French, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I got that one already against me.
yeah, you do. You got that one against you. No
Shit.
matter you. Every man has something against them about their sexuality.
Yeah,
like
yeah, man. So, but the thing is, like, as much as they talk about business, I just don't understand how you could do what you did.
you talking about fresh and fit again, right?
Fresh and fit, knowing your business is based on this, and you're hitting it raw. And she's on top of that. You already got demonetized for the shit you do. Now you're gonna lose.
Nothing else to lose, Twan.
What?
I don't got nothing else to lose. I'm not getting no money from here, and the only win is I can hit it raw. That's the only win.
But that's no That's no masculine accountability, bro.
He ain't dead.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So we agree on that.
But we've been already past that. We don't got to keep beating the dead horse. The horse dead already. We already know that this is not what it is. If it was, then it would still be monetized. It won't have all these holes in the story and all this other shit that you point out.
No. Honestly, I do like when they bring on the girls less informed because it shows you what's out there and how these women are thinking today, especially the young ones. So there is some knowledge and some information you have, because then you can point to your 17, 18-year-old son and go, look, dude, this is what you avoid. See this? You have an example, right? I'm cool with that. The only thing I don't understand is that for me, if everything I do is based on art, everything I do is based on art. Now, if I draw something that is disrespectful, condescending, that I always speak about in a positive light, that would destroy me. That would destroy me. And I wouldn't do that. I would think of the future. If I'm operating in a certain way and I got this thing going on with Vic every Wednesday, and then I go outside the box and go, oops, come on, man. Come on now. You ain't gonna call me out on it?
Oh yeah. I mean, you gotta get handled.
I mean, you right, man. But like I say again, that's what you would do. A lot of people, it's going to get demonetized when it's not, like you say, by God, bro. It's a lot of lost souls out here. Yeah. It's a lot of, and they don't even know it, but they worship the devil. They go after the things that's shiny and bright, and they don't have no real substance behind it. And they don't really okay, everybody want to chase the bag, but don't nobody know what to do when they catch the fucking bag.
Exactly.
What do you do with the bag when you get it? You just continue to fucking chase it the whole time you live? Like, that's the dumbest shit ever. But it's a lot of people in society that talk like that.
It's like exactly what I'm telling you. Everybody talks black, but nobody wants the color. Okay, I get that shit. You can do all what you want, but you don't want the color. You don't want the color. You bump me, fist bump me, give me a high five, do all the nice slang shit. But ask if you want this color. You don't want this shit, right? You want your cake and eat it too. And I'm just saying, if I'm fresh, I'm going to do the right thing. If I was fresh, I would actually step back from the show, live off my residuals, marry her, and move out elsewhere. Let them forget about me for a while.
Come right back out in the sunset.
Right off in the sunset. If you're that loaded.
But that's you, and you got God in your life. You got him at the center, right? But if you don't have God in the foundation, he's not going to move like that.
Okay, and that's another thing. All that Christian talk he talks about, because he does know the Bible, he'll pull out some shit and start looking at it and know where to find the verse, which is cool. But it just shows right there, bro. You, like I said, you're only a surface worshiper, right? Because deep down inside, you don't walk the walk.
No,
right? You don't walk the walk based on what you did and how you're acting now, right? And ain't no lawyer gonna come out and save him. Ain't no lawyer gonna come out. Who's stupid? That lawyer's gonna milk him for all the money he has. At the end of the day, the man's gonna be paying child support.
He can't be saved anyway, and he can't be saved because he did it to himself.
Right, and there's something called a DNA test, and when the courts see a DNA test, all they do is say multiply your assets times 2. Boom, you're done. You're done. And don't think about giving it away in advance because she got pregnant after the fact. So you can't hide nothing. They're going to pull your tax receipts, and he can't hide nothing and deny that it's his. I just want to know when it comes out that it is his child, what video is Myron going to put out to save that one? What? And he's the most emotional man right now. The same thing he talks about. Alphas don't get emotional. Alphas are this. Alphas are that. He calls people retards, girls retards. You know, he's the guy that's secretly beating his wife, and every once in a while she has to slip a note at the bank to tell her, save me. That's him. That's him. He's a sociopath. He is. And I'll say it like right now. I'll say it right now. Because that's how he is. That's how he operates. The man is so rude and disrespectful. You know what karma is? Karma is God's way of telling you you can do what you want, but not for as long as you want to do it.
Oh,
because eventually, I will come and bite you.
Come. Hey, go ahead and say what you got to say.
That's what it is. I said it. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, I thought you was about to go into your diatribe, man.
You absolutely right, man. And you can just don't do what he do. It's just a lesson learned. And then
I want to get a girl pregnant. I'm telling you now. What do you mean? Don't do it. I want to get a girl. Come on now.
No. I'm just saying, like, move how he moved. Like, if you want,
dude,
I'm not whatever you want to do because it's your right. You feel me?
I don't even want a girl in her 20s. What is she going to tell me that's going to be educational? I need a girl that has substance because at the end of the day, gravity comes to us all. So, right? And I already know I marry her in her 20s. She's leaving me in about 10 years. When I go old and gray and I'm on Viagra, she's leaving me. I'm not stupid. Let's be real. I need a girl that's in a mood, responsible, wants to get married. Hopefully her husband or past is dead so I can adopt the child. I need a girl in that mind frame. I'm going to what I know works for me at the age I'm at now. Can I get a young, hot girl? Sure, I can play. I need to get my rocks off. I get a fat one here and there. I'm good with that. But something I want to settle down with, bring home to mom? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
I'm realistic. I ain't 6'4". I'm 5'6". I'm standing on my wallet just to get a girl.
Twan, so how old is this dude that you're talking about, Fresh?
Fresh is in his 30s. He's 30, what? 32 or something, like 33?
So the difference might be what, 10 years?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
if he's doing the right thing, he would marry her. And you know what? Based on she's a hell of a model, pretty. I think technically, or what is it? Daisy fit, right? Technically, Fresh fuck fit. I mean, I'm just saying. If you look at it, there's a picture right there. Technically, Fresh fuck fit.
Man,
I'm saying.
Look, but you know what though? That situation, it's just a highly visible situation, but plenty of situations involving business between men has been ruined because somebody can't control the sexual appetite.
It all boils down to what your book says, Vic. At the end of the day. Accountable masculinity, and he didn't have none. And he never was practicing it. Because if he was practicing it, he would not be in the situation. I could say I honestly practiced it because at my age, I didn't make a mistake. And it's not by I guided it that way because I over-guided it. But I didn't make I had sexual discipline. I did because I didn't want to be stuck with that for the rest of my life. That was my mindset at the time.
All right, so look, Twan. So first you gotta understand this. She is a little young, like you say, she's a little young model.
She ain't that young.
She see that he got some money. She gonna let him hit it raw and hope that he get her pregnant.
Yeah, she did the right thing.
He fell for the okie doke.
No, she did the right thing. Let me tell you something. She did the right thing.
But I also know this. Everything that you see on TV, just because you're on camera and TV don't mean you got a whole lot of money. So
I agree with you on that.
You might be.
I agree with you on that. But but listen, if we go off of knowing social media and their followers and subscribers and their partnership, I think it's fair to say he's a millionaire outright with what he makes.
Let's just assume all of the resources are there.
Yeah.
You still tarnish your own name.
Exactly. He's done.
Like that, and the thing is, it's like to me, it's the same thing as like the Derrick Jackson cat.
Yeah, there you go. Where's he today?
I mean, he's still on social media. He still got a following from.
There's no such thing as after you got the damn following, right? It might just split. But if people still gonna be your fan, nobody give a fuck who you fucking or whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying? They just, and some people out there that still just gonna like him for who he is.
Yeah, but you're not gonna. Your word doesn't have weight anymore. You'll have your lawyer.
But it don't matter if you can get some money. What's that dude name? Dr. Umar allegedly got a white girl, a white wife or some shit like that. He married to a white.
Yeah, I saw something.
But he is always preaching this black, this black, this black, this black.
Everybody looks him in. Everybody looks at Dr. Umar foolishness. That's the most.
I'm not making the point of saying that
it's not valid.
That is not valid. What I'm saying is he still got some motherfucking followers. He's still doing his thing.
Right. But but before that carried weight. Now he's looked upon as an idiot. Okay, let me see what this fool has to say. And they'll listen to it. But before it was like, ooh, Dr. Umar's talking. Let's see what he has to say. Now it's like, let's listen to this fool and hear what he has to say. It's different. It's a different level now.
I agree. He's gonna lose some motherfucking followers, but
come on, man.
For the main thing, if he,
I look at Fresh and Fit and I laugh now when he comments to those girls on the panel and he calls them OnlyFans and they're prostitutes. I'm like, nigga, you slept with one, you got one pregnant. What you it's a joke. I can't even.
It's been a joke though. Now you realize that it's a joke.
Yeah, he proved, but I always knew. I don't care what I always knew. I said, you know what? These guys are hitting these girls on the side. Something mistake is gonna happen. And sure enough, and let's be honest, man. The girl ain't ugly. She's a very pretty woman.
Let's pause for a second because I like to give a proper intro because coming to the stage, it's none other than the first angry man that I met that's still trying to learn.
Chris!
You got that shit right.
Come on now. Hey, look. I don't know how much of the show you've already seen or you know what I'm saying, or where we are right now, but like what did you hear so far?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I just deep cleaned my apartment, so I'm just now turning everything on. You see what I'm saying? Okay. I unplugged my Wi-Fi and everything. So I'm just listening for now.
Well, good. Man, so I'm gonna play the video that brought us here. It's about 2 minutes, so you can get caught up on, you know what I'm saying, on today's discussion. Get the screen right. Because I like everybody for everybody to have the same information. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll get your take on this. All right.
All right.
Stand by. All right, here we go.
Baby, I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and it's over.
No. I'm pregnant.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from the doctor and then you're good.
I am pregnant. I can't pretending like nothing happened. I can't. In my religion, we don't kill.
You're not killing. Okay.
I want to keep the baby.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just don't want any kids. You know?
Okay, so what you gonna do? And what you gonna do to me?
Nothing. Well, why did I do anything to you?
Nothing?
Why did I do anything to you?
No, I know. So like, how are you gonna deal with this? By saying I don't want a baby? That's all?
I mean, if you go to the doctor, I guess.
To the doctor?
She gonna let him.
So you want abortion?
I mean, yeah. Why do you want a kid now?
And why do you make me pregnant now?
That's I'm like, there's no way that's true. But then I said, oh wow, like yeah.
So just think about it. It's meant to be. God wants you to have the baby.
Definitely not.
It is. God wants you to have a baby. 7 years never happened, and then you're you're fucking me for a month, and I'm pregnant. What does that mean?
Well,
Like now, I just think about if you force me to kill the baby, then you're a sin.
Well, we already sinned by having sex, but it's too late now, you know. But honestly,
and having a good time.
So that's what's been taking place, and Antoine has been giving his his spin on it. So
Honest take.
now that his honest take. So, man, welcome to the discussion, man. Everybody's had a shot at it. What do you think about it?
I think you do this shit on purpose.
Yeah, man. Hey,
I
Chris.
really do.
Look, man,
I
Chris,
think
he do this shit.
you tried to anger me on purpose. Like, you do this. You know what you're doing, Vic. I really believe you tried to anger me on purpose.
Pot stirrer.
Habitual pot stirrer.
Listen, man, I'm gonna be a little controversial when I say this, but I'm gonna say this.
But that's why we brought you here, man. Come on.
This is which one is he? Fresh or Fit?
Both of them, fuck.
I think he's right. Yeah, because he done fucked both of them now for real.
Shit. It's this dude's fault. It's his fault. Why are you having sex with the woman? And what? Listen, man, listen. Why are you not doing everything that you preach about on your show and protecting yourself?
Come on.
Why are you not doing that? And now you out here, and she already put you out here. She has receipts, and she has you recording her saying that you want to unalive the child just because you don't want to have a kid, but you didn't take the precautions that you talk about on your show all the damn time to not have a kid. Do you understand why I'm always mad? Like, do you get it now? This is why I say get off of social media, man, because a lot of these social media people are talking heads. And this is why I say don't talk to people who only have social media talking points, because they don't live life outside of the internet, man. This is stupid. This might be the dumbest thing that I've seen since the lady who left her kids on the side of the road because she needed a break and tried to make it seem like she got kidnapped. Some dumb shit. I promise to God, man, that this is his fault. This is his fault. This is his fault. He deserves every piece of what he's getting. And doesn't he know that trying to coerce her to unalive a child is fucking illegal? Like,
break that down.
Are you serious? It's illegal. You
Some
can't do
people
that.
might not even know that. You know, so
yes, it's illegal. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
You can't coerce no woman to unalive a child. You can have a conversation with her, but you can't just say, I want you to unalive this child because I want you to. That's not how the laws work.
Is that the new thing? Unalive a child? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, you can't. The A word triggers the algorithm, so that's why I say.
Oh! I didn't know it. Vic, you got to let me know these things, man.
Yeah, certain word. When you watch, I'm in a lot of discords with a lot of live streamers, and there are certain words that you can't say, or else your channel will catch a flag or it'll get shadow banned because of that specific word. That's why I say things the way that I say it, because I don't want to fuck up the channel.
Yeah, we don't want that. Okay, I'm gonna pay attention to that. I didn't know.
You know the hell you ain't.
I didn't know that. I swear to God, I didn't. I've been saying it. I would have not read it.
All the time.
Yeah, I found out that they will demonetize an entire video if you curse within the first 20 seconds of it.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's either 20 seconds or 2 minutes. Either way, it's like you can't do anything like in the very, very beginning.
Well, I'm good at the first 2 minutes. I know that much.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes.
That's a little introduction with some talk. That's it. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, man. Is this what we really talking about? This dude who's this social media person who ain't doing what he say on social media, but got a whole following.
So Twan, let me get this straight, Twan. He in a relationship with somebody else and he had a baby. This is a side chick or what?
They preach that. Well, for them, they have multiple girlfriends. They don't preach about just having one. He has multiple girlfriends, right? And honestly, I believe that. I do believe that. Why? Because like I said, the girls are attracted to that. The money, the car. The guy does have a Lamborghini. I actually looked that up just to make sure.
Plus, he ain't from here.
Yeah, and he's not from here. So they do have the swag. They do have the swag, you know, and they bring him on the show and they get them drunk because they're drinking alcohol. It's not water in there. I mean, they make it clear on what they're doing. Personally, I
That's
don't
the
want
thing.
to.
Trashy ass
right
guests that they bring on the show, man. The
Thank
show is
you.
trash.
So
They
why
bring
you
up-
keep watching this shit?
I don't watch it.
I'm
Like
not
I said, I
watching
used
it.
to watch it. I'm not ashamed to say I used to watch it while working. I used to watch it, you know. And I told Vic, I said,
I
you
ain't
know,
never heard of this shit.
Well,
but
I think
the
like
last
this.
Fresh and Fit thing that I watched was the one where Kevin Samuels was on there, and
that-
that was because
exactly.
it was a bunch
That's
of
why.
it-
That's
and-
why I started watching it.
yeah, and that was because it wasn't a bunch of OnlyFans girls on there. It was
Exactly. It changed its
actually,
formula.
like, yeah, it was men talking. I think
They
it was
found their
Kevin
niche
Samuels,
and they
the Fresh
ran
and
with
Fit
it.
boys. I think it was Rollo Tomasi, Donovan Sharp, when he actually had some sense. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, they were all talking, and it was like real life man shit. It wasn't. They
You're
weren't
like,
talking
yeah.
about bimbo shit. But I haven't seen a bit. I actually, you know what? That's a lie. I watched when Tommy Sotomayor was on there. Like, that's because I wanted to hear what he had to
That's
say
cool.
about
I
these
like that
boys.
little
I watched
fight
when
thing
Tommy Sotomayor was on there.
Yeah, I like
But
that too.
I don't follow them. They probably got paid off of a 15-minute view of a video, but I've never super chatted. I don't subscribe. I didn't do any of that. In fact, I stopped watching Fresh and Fit when they were going back and forth with Abba and Preach.
Actually, I kind of like that little beef. I watched that a couple of times.
You know,
I thought it was the dumbest thing I ever seen, and I was and when they pulled that dumb shit, I was glad they got demonetized. I was
Me
happy
too.
they got demonetized. You
Yeah,
fucking
it was
deserved it
racist.
because
the
you know
racist
better.
stuff. It was the racist stuff that got me.
Yeah,
and I love
man.
that racist stuff was
You
too much for
deserve
me.
every
Like,
piece of that.
sure.
And
Yeah,
now
I'm
you
with
one half of the tandem that's probably the most hated on YouTube, getting OnlyFans models pregnant and trying to get them to unalive the child because you irresponsible. Shut
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
hey, and which everything that everything that you mad about, Chris, is why I caption the show what I caption it. Social media influencers failing to adapt because the talking points have become buzzwords that have become, you know, what they are. Just good content for social media circulation. There's a couple of channels that's still popular right now, but eventually they're gonna run out too. If they haven't already, you know. But like the influencers are like the new reality TV. Because like they're really coming in, basically spiking the punch, you know, to make the conversation make the conversation they want to happen with the people that they selected from, and then they just letting the chips fall where they may, because you can kind of predict where it's gonna go when you get a certain, you know what I'm saying, echelon of people, a group of people based on whatever the topic is, you know.
But
what do you think about that? Do you think that they're losing influence, or do you think that their influence is just shifting and they figured out something else?
I think they're trying to find a new wave, and they sitting stagnant.
Yep.
I think that's what it
I
is,
agree.
man. They sitting stagnant. They keep trying to recycle the same talking points and make them something new when it's really the same talking point, and they don't know which way the direction the market is going to go, so they don't know what trend to follow. So they're just following the same trend because it's keeping them afloat. I don't think they know which way the market is going to go because of how stupid everybody is acting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's difficult to predict
Yeah.
that.
And now with Myron releasing those 2 videos of claiming how he's so supportive over Fresh and that he's his friend, he's loyal to him, he's not gonna leave him. He can't go nowhere. He's stuck now. He's thrown at the hip. Because everybody will just look at him and go, "I thought you said you were loyal to Fresh. What happened? You said you were loyal to the fault, and I thought you were good." He can't go. He's stuck now. He's thrown at the hip, man.
Man, but sometimes I understand trying to die on that hill, but sometimes, man, you got to say, "Hey, motherfucker, you wrong." You understand what I'm saying?
Like
sometimes you just got to say that,
like,
man.
Like you can't. That's what Antoine was talking about before you came on. He's like, if I messed up, he said, I know you guys would hold me accountable for whatever.
We wouldn't have a choice.
We wouldn't have no choice, because that's what the platform. That's what I always say. Don't disrespect the platform. Don't misrepresent the platform. You know.
Yeah.
And that's for everybody's benefit. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you can come on here, you can miss something, but if you stay, but everybody makes mistakes. But like, that's why I dedicated so much time to developing the difference between the undisciplined and the disciplined mindset, the behaviors that's associated with the outcomes, because what's up here comes out of you in some way, shape, or form, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Some people take their frustration to the gym. Some people take it to some other activity. You know, there's an activity associated with your frustration. If you discipline, if you undisciplined, you may not move the same way. Your frustration is going to come out in an undisciplined way, and that's what happened with what they had going on. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, because you know, when you think about which influencers since, you know what I'm saying, the Kevin Samuels, you know, like what's the word I'm looking for? Since the Kevin Samuels hype, since the popularity, you know what I'm saying, increased, and then it's gone up even more post him, because everybody's repurposing his content, you know what I'm saying, it's coming from multiple channels. And
don't get me started on that.
Yeah, and I know how you feel about that too. But what I'm saying is that there was a time where it was an education for men to sort through those that would be better suited for them, and that was actually promoting, you know what I'm saying, healthy family outcomes and dynamics and vetting people the right ways.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got this extreme where you got a group of men that's telling guys to avoid women at all costs. Marriage is this, don't do this, and don't do
ridiculous.
Yeah, like it's so polarized. You know what I'm saying? So like, where's the middle ground? Because this is what we talk about, you know, like the social contract. I try to do one of those once a quarter where we sit down and we talk about what do we think is important and what do we agree on, regardless of our biases. There's something that we agree on, you know.
Listen, men need to know. Men out there, I don't care how wealthy you are, I don't care how good life is. Find a woman that you love, support, let her ride and die with you. You marry her. No man should be alone in a big ass mansion with all the cars. There's only so many toys you can buy yourself before it becomes moot. Find a nice woman, settle down, get married, have your fun, and live life. Work on yourself, keep developing yourself, because there's stages in life. You get into this certain old age, you got to deal with that now. You get into the certain medication age, you have somebody to support you that you can love. Because at the end of the day, I know my brother's got his shit going on. But when I need him at the nighttime and it's cold and I need a blanket and I'm dribbling on myself, he ain't going to fly over here to put it on me. And a man needs a support group like that. And your best friend that you tell everything to ain't going to come over and rescue you because he's got his own warm bed he's dealing with. Men need to know this. You need to keep working on yourself, but find that soulmate. I believe in that soulmate. Simp or not. You know you're thinking the same thing as me. Call me a simp. I don't give a shit. At least I'm honest.
You better start sucking on some toes then.
Oh, Jesus, Chase.
You 5'6", so you better suck on some toes.
Dude, don't get me started on that now. You okay? I have it. Let's go.
Hey, listen, man.
boy.
Medication around the corner. Goddamn,
Call
dog,
1-800-555
Antoine.
Let's go.
Nah, but on some serious shit, I won't go as long as Antoine did. But he got a point. We not built to be alone. We not supposed to be alone. Stupid. Go find you a woman. What is wrong with you? Go find you a lady. Listen, man. I say this all the time, man. I say this about the women, but I'm gonna say this about the fellas too, man. Write down the kind of woman you want. Go where that kind of woman is and figure out what kind of man she want and try to be that kind of man. It's that simple. I say the same thing to the ladies. Write down the kind of man you want. Go where those men are. Figure out what they want out of a woman and be that. Is that simple? That's why I'm always angry, because this is simple. This is so simple. It's stupid. You understand what I'm saying? This is so simple.
Yeah, and
we're not meant to be alone like that, and it's not a competence thing. It's a nature thing.
Who the hell?
Nature dictates that.
How much credit on a scale of 1 to 10? How much credit would you give social media influencers for negatively impacting our current I guess, rapport with one another.
Are you talking dating market?
just across the board.
11.
He said he the scale is 1 to 10. He gives it an 11. He think basically saying that more people are negatively impacted by social media than in the positive.
You shattered the 10. That's 11. You shattered it.
Social
media killed it.
They say the social media addiction is the equivalent of 10 cocaine shots.
There you go. That's how bad.
That's how much dopamine you getting rushed to your head.
There's not one person that doesn't look at.
I think that's the number.
Look, hold on. I got some.
Let Bro cook.
I got some. Man, I heard that it was this young boy. I think he was like in middle school, and he had met this girl, and she was online. So they had an online relationship, and the relationship went south. The girl didn't want to be with him anymore, and he unalived himself. That's how deep this shit be, bro. So when he say 10, man, that is
when you got kids wanna off themselves.
But you gotta understand
off an online virtual relationship,
yes,
bro.
Look, man, he never smelt her, he never touched her, he never did anything to this. But
why do you think Zuckerberg was just in front of Congress? Zuckerberg was just in front of Congress about this.
Yep. They knew how powerful this tool was gonna be.
And it's just the mindset. If you got a weak mindset and you fall for anything, and the addiction is gonna be right there. Because if you just say I'm gonna paint a picture. Let's say you don't got your shit together. All right, you don't got your shit together, but you're a young man. You wanna go out there and date, but you might be a little awkward.
Your confidence ain't there.
Confidence ain't up there. Mm-hmm. So other people call you weird and call you different names. So shit, I'm just gonna stay in my house.
That's my high school life.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna have a world online. Like, these are my friends. You never met none of them. Mm-hmm. And this is where it's coming from, because COVID was just around the corner. This is post-COVID, and it's not getting any better, bro. Because when you outside, how many times you went across somebody, you look them in the eye and they don't speak?
I talk.
You see what I'm saying?
I talk to y'all more than I talk to my neighbors.
You see what I'm saying? So we in the community and we're not united. We in a house. We got a bigger house, and the family is farther apart. Mm-hmm. We got a big house, but it's no kids. It's only mom and dad and the dog.
Right.
The kids is going. They ain't never coming back because of the household that y'all raised them in.
And life is life.
And life is life. Now they want to, since you want to overprotect them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to be at Miami. They're going to be in everywhere, New York City. They're going to be Louisiana, Texas. They're going to be everywhere where the shit is going to be lit at, because they got to figure out for themselves. And unfortunately, with the social media, shit, all I got to do is just type, and I can go fly. I can be anywhere. I can be over there because I know this person, but I really don't know.
But social media,
risk a chance to go meet this person.
But bro, we could all, you can prove how powerful social media is by one thing. Just look outside. Everybody's looked at their phone. That's how powerful it is. Everybody has.
Ain't nobody outside.
That's true.
It used to be people outside.
I'm saying that you can go anywhere. Everybody has a phone. Everybody's looking at it, and everybody's scrolling. Everybody's scrolling through it.
Yeah. Like,
everybody's scrolling through it. You go to a gym. Who's not looking at their phone? You go to a coffee shop. Who's not looking at their phone, or who's not on the line? That's how powerful it is. Listen. A woman does not need you to tell her she's beautiful. She's got 12,000 guys telling her that. So your point is not. So you can't tell her she's ugly.
And sending her money.
And sending her money. I can't be that ugly, honey. Look at this. I can't be that ugly, honey. Somebody thinks I'm beautiful, and it ain't you. What are you gonna tell her?
all of the things that you guys are talking about is why I do 6 months of hell every year after my birthday. I go 6 months, no sex, no fast food, no drinking, no smoking, no street fighting, and no social media. I am not allowed to be on social media unless I'm on a live stream or unless I'm learning something, because I like to live in the real world. Man, listen, man, a lot of people don't have the willpower to unplug. Like they don't. They're so dopamine driven that they gotta have a phone in their hand. I used to be that guy. I used to be that guy.
You said unplug from sex.
Unless I'm in an actual relationship, I'm not allowed to have sex.
God damn, really?
Yeah.
That's a lot,
man.
Hey, I don't know if you want to title that 6 months.
Yeah, I call it 6 months of hell because I call it 6 months of hell. I originally coined this because it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I've never done anything this hard. I was listening, and as much as everybody talk about Steve Harvey, he says something that made a lot of sense, man. There's no point in staying in hell. You may as well go through it. So if I can go through these 6 months of hell, by the time March come around and the weather break, I'll be all right.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna put myself in hell. Goddamn.
Listen, man. Sometimes perseverance builds resilience. This is how I can say no to random sex.
I mean, that's one way to do it, but all you got to do, brother, is listen. I already got enough today. I don't need 2. Oh, I got 2 today. I don't need 3.
Nah, because I also understand the power of retaining.
Yeah. Or you,
I heard the story.
Come over here if you.
Man, listen, man. I've never in my life been this strong. What?
Just let her know. Just come over. Just invite her over when she on her period.
What is wrong with you?
I'm just saying, it's other ways, bro. You don't got
man. That's some serious.
Listen.
I see why you mad. Listen, wherever you at, listen. I got about 2 months. I'm flying to California and wherever you at.
6 months. I'm thinking 6
man. No, man. I go a full 6 months. I deactivate my social media pages. Yes, I have to. And I mainly did it because I mainly did it because I had a major porn addiction. So I had to get rid of that. So in order to get rid of that, I had to remove everything. And it was like, yeah. It was like tearing an arm off literally doing this is like tearing off a body part that you need every day.
So that's very, very, that goes back to what I was saying before, like the influencers, the nature of the content that's out there, and then you're already kind of like predisposed to go find whatever it is that interests you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some people they can't turn the visual off of looking at the opposite sex or just the act of it.
Who wants to turn it off? God damn.
And then
sometimes you got to.
I'm just saying.
Sometimes you have
and
to.
I know me, man, I'm an information junkie. So like, yeah, I know I can sit down and consume a whole bunch of information that is in line with what I'm already doing. But then there comes this time where you have to sit with it and try to figure out how to integrate all of that information.
That's what I'm about to say. Like,
applying the information that you've consumed takes way longer.
Way longer. But what I was about to say real quick was just when you gather all that information, I learned this, like what the hell am I going to do with it once I gather all this information? So once I figure that out, I'm like, you know what? This is my purpose of what I'm trying to do. This is the action I'm trying to accomplish. So what information can feed this action? And then I break that shit down like that, where I don't overwhelm myself
because
it's so fucking funny.
Yeah, there's a pruning process. There's a pruning process.
Yeah. And this is why I talk about the difference between the disciplined mindset and the undisciplined mindset. The disciplined mindset is purpose driven.
Yeah.
So you're only going to go with things that you're only going to consume. Most of the information you're going to consume when you're disciplined is going to feed the purpose that you already have. You know what I'm saying? Undisciplined people are usually without purpose. So the information they consume is going to be aligned with whatever they feeling at the moment, you know, because they value emotions, good times, short-term, you know, like short-term gratification, you know. And although both people do the same thing, one is more susceptible to negative influence than the other.
Correct.
So
is it me or did he freeze, Chris?
I think he's frozen.
Oh, okay.
Structure.
Because I can see you cleared.
I think it might be me. I think 80% of the time, I believe that whatever you practice or whatever you think is going to come out in practice. So I believe that a person with a purpose that's usually going to be disciplined 80% of the time, they're going to get something that's in line with their behavior, you know, and it's going to be more on a disciplined outcome. You can't be successful without a level of discipline, right?
Then I want to say that I have to say social media has served me a lot in my life, because it has helped me a great deal in retaining information and applying it. I like to apply what people come across, right? And certain questions I have, I can go on certain channels and find it, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's how he did it. Okay, like, you know, fixing changing a light bulb, for crying out loud, and how to build a bird cage and a hummingbird feeder. I mean, if you apply it the right way, it's so helpful. Like, if you got a question before you go to the doctor, there's an answer to it. A lot of good stuff. How people are applying it is where the discipline comes in. That's what I believe. It's how you apply the information you're getting, and don't take it too serious, and don't believe everything you hear as far as outside of the lawyers and the doctors and the people that really know their shit. But outside of that, it's all a joke, right? I don't believe anything anybody says until, you know, I actually interact with them and say, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. It worked. So I just think it's how you process information. And I think it's a damn good thing, because I like knowing I could talk to somebody in Paris for free. I could see them for free. I can talk to my mom visually. I love that.
You can use it for positive.
It's a tool.
And you can use it for evil influence.
Right.
So it's all about who's behind the camera. You see what I'm saying? And then those people are like-minded, so they're gonna go attract to that person that's behind the camera. So all these people is just toxic people, bro. If you just go in there and just read the comments, bro, you can see where the mind state or the mindset at of these people. Just you gotta understand, like, some of the people go in there because they bored and they want to joke. That's entertainment, right? Because they know that's fake. But then there's other people that just wholeheartedly think that this shit is the gospel.
I don't. For me, it's like, let's be real, man. I mean, it's social media. You don't really know the person. Like, when people tell me comments, I don't understand why the comments would bother. And niggas don't know you. They don't know you.
Listen,
they don't know you. They don't know. They don't even serve a purpose in your life. You're still gonna get paid on Friday. They don't. The sun's gonna come up. They don't know you. So whatever they say is reflecting about them.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why people get it. I don't even need whatever you say to me in the comments, nigga. You ain't giving me, paying me. There's nothing you can say. And if a woman says I'm ugly, I'm just not for you. Go back to the kid that's in the backyard with your dirty bedroom. I mean, come on.
Jesus H. Christ.
I've never seen a woman talk on social media while I'm mess behind her. And I'm talking some fine ones too, but I'm looking behind you going like,
it's a lot of women that's dirty, bro. He didn't real messy, bro.
He didn't say nothing you can't see.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, look who you're talking to. You're lucky I'm even talking to you.
Amazing.
Let's be real. I mean, I just don't understand how people can get up into the comment section. Like, you actually know these people actually know you. Well, anyway.
Hey, Twan, I was married. My ex-wife we had an argument one time, and it was simple as fuck. Like, I'm trying to build my brand, right? So I used social media to build my brand. So it was this one chick, it was a influencer. I don't know, she got like 3-4 million, whatever the case may be. and it was her birthday. I don't know her. I just scrolled. It was her birthday. I put a motherfucking birthday cake emoji. Bam, happy birthday. You feel me? Because I learned that if you engage, you can get different people in the algorithm, and I'm learning this shit, bro. I don't know nothing about it, so I just did that. It was meaningless. Like, bam, there you go. She was the influencer responded. Thank you so much. This, that, and the third. My ex-wife think that I know the motherfucker. I said, listen, she all the way in California. When the last time we've been to California?
Yeah, but that's your insecurity.
Hold on. Then I say, look, I'm in the bed with your ass. Like, look at this DM. It's nothing there. It's nothing. So why are you upset about me saying happy birthday to somebody on social media? You feel me? It just lost my mind because I'm like, bro, this shit is fake as hell. Why are you in the mood for something that it's not even? It don't even need to be addressed.
Yeah, but that's not insecurities, though. You know, if my girl ever, that's why I don't let my woman mess with my work, man. Like, that's why I just
no. I just use.
No, I understand. Yeah.
You know what man. What I've learned.
Come on, Chris.
You know what I've learned. Social media to certain people is how wrestling is to wrestling fans.
Ooh, it's real.
Yeah, it's so look. That's look what you just said right there.
And I'm a WWE,
exactly right.
AEW, TNA
That's
head.
how they
I watch all of that, and I understand. I understand that it's scripted. It's not fake. It's just scripted.
It's just scripted.
And it's choreographed
and predictable.
Social and predictable. Social media, just like that. It's fake and it's predictable. You can tell what a motherfucker's gonna do just based off of a Facebook status. I knew, just like I knew when Vic played that video, I was gonna get angry. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Social media to people is like wrestling to wrestling fans, man.
That's what I was
it's not all the way real. Yeah. We know that these wrestlers are actually caring about each other and cool backstage, but no, they got to play a character out front. That's what social media is. A bunch of people playing characters.
I love it. And that's you see, that's why this channel is so important, right? Because we're helping these young men decipher between the two. And I think that us having an honest conversation of how we get affected. Like, listen, I got really affected, and I told Vic this myself. I have to stop watching it because I was really starting to judge everybody by social media. I was one of those idiots, right? And I started to
I call it red pill rage.
Right? I started crossing the street.
Red pill rage. You started.
That's what it is. You were raging. You saw all this new information, and it flooded your frontal lobe, and you instantly got mad and jaded, and you didn't even know why, but you just were.
I'm acting like I know you. I'm acting like I know you too. Before you even open your mouth, I know what you're gonna say, and I'm like, man, that was so. It was, yeah, it's bad. It was bad.
Yeah, like if we went back and watched some videos from 2 years ago, you'd probably be upset at yourself, Antoine.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure I'd be upset with myself. Shit, I'm upset with myself.
But it's good to document this.
But it's good to document though.
You document it because you can see what age was I, and what was I on? What was I on?
What's going
on?
Now
look at me now. I'm not even thinking like that no more. I grew a whole lot. I don't even know. I laugh at myself back in the day. I'm like you said. Trying, you always got to evolve, man.
And that's why I titled the show again what I titled it. If we're adapting, and the social media influence is it adapting? And like you said earlier, you think there's another wave of something coming, and everybody's kind of like waiting. There's a lot of things in between that's taking place that I believe impact what we got going on. I made a post a couple years ago that said. Inflation is impacting relationships, and it didn't get a whole lot of traffic on it. I didn't expect it to. I didn't care because I'm thinking about something that's so much further down the line than what the average person that's just only comment to disagree is saying.
You were thinking about it kind of like, because I'm in the financial sector too, what I'm currently learning. You were thinking of it from a resource standpoint. You weren't thinking of it from a from a low
I got
level
more money than you type of person.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
resources are starting to get like resources are starting to become more
It's
expensive.
very restrictive.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, and it's
financially,
difficult to get access to it too,
it's
man.
difficult. Yeah, credit stuff is changing. You know, everything else that's important is changing around the way the same people are communicating with each other.
But you know
And
what, Vic? I have to say something that you just nailed right there. I can tell what you just said is key. One thing I noticed when I moved to the United States is you guys, credit is your word here. You guys, like, you would talk to people in your own credit, with your own credit score. That's how much it relies on here. Like, I can't do nothing without my credit being good. And it's funny. And people are operating under that. And you just said it right there. Everything is financial, and that revolves around being an accountable masculine man. You nailed it right there with that one.
Hey, and Antoine, you got to understand, minding your business, that's financial.
That's a superpower.
Yeah, that's a superpower.
You got to mind your business, bro. Like, if you think your last name should be a business, look at the Walton family in Walmart. You don't think it's a fucking business?
Craft.
I mean,
man, I agree.
I have become very efficient at minding my own business.
Yo, and that's the thing. Like, everything, like, resources are not just what you can see. You got a lot of intangibles, and like, you can have all of the stuff that I mentioned. You have an abundance of it, but if you don't have relationship skills, and you hard to work with, you're gonna have you got to make up a lot of ground. You're gonna have to overcompensate. You know what I'm saying, for what you don't have at some point. And the things that'll be free for most people are going to cost you a lot more money, or they don't even have to sell them to you, because there's plenty of access points that people can't get into. How many times we heard stories of people with money, not being able to access anything just simply because they have money. Like, sometimes your money ain't no good. Sometimes it's like, at this point where trust is involved, money does not earn trust.
Right.
But on social media, it does, though.
Yeah.
Social media, whoever the richest, the flashiest, goddamn, listen, they're going to get the audience.
Yeah.
Who is the ratchetest? Who's ghetto? Who's loud?
Man,
who's
we talk about
negative? All that shit is going to get to them. Listen, I can tell you I'm about to get married. Nobody going to show up. But I can tell you I'm about to slide on this dude and I want to do something.
You go live right now.
And guess what? A lot of people going to be feeding into that energy. So the negative energy is just always going to win, because this is the devil's playground.
Right.
This thing called Earth is the devil's playground.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it is.
Because one day God going to be like, you know what? I gave you 88 years of life. What the hell did you do with?
Who did you help?
I was a social media influencer, leading motherfuckers to destruction. Well, shit, I'm gonna go ahead and press this button right here. You're gonna go to the basement. You feel me?
Go ahead and get you out of here.
Go ahead. You did it to yourself. I gave, like Twan said, karma. You can do whatever you want, but I got total control. Like,
yeah.
Whatever the hell you want, anytime you want to do for 50-something years. And
I'll
be watching.
You can't.
It ain't gonna work like that.
You can't mistreat people.
My people.
You can't. Come on.
I died for all y'all, and y'all still bickering and fighting. Like, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work out.
Like I keep saying, if Jesus Christ was supposed to come back today, we would crucify him again based on his. We would call him an idiot. We'd throw him in jail. He would be that guy on the street corner. We're just walking by, throwing shit at, going like, "Get away from me." We wouldn't believe it. We do the same. We haven't learned nothing.
And
right?
then history repeat itself, and then 3 days later he wake up and wipe everybody out.
Yeah, bro, we're due for a flood. We are due for a flood.
We don't know anything. All we know is how to talk to each other.
Yeah,
that's it.
We don't even know how to talk.
But and we still learning that.
We still can't communicate effectively.
Like that. That's the only thing that's true, because like you can go out here and you can have all the success in the world, but you're further away from the people that could benefit from you, because they can't hear you and you can't communicate to them. There's like a translation on one side and a misinterpretation on another, because there's a difference between a lack of sympathy. There's a difference between sympathy and empathy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I see what you're dealing with, but I got these things to go handle, and I can't do anything else for you. Godspeed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's funny, if you really listen to social media, like just listen to it, you will find out how much you, as a man, you are hated, and you would find out how ugly it is in the war.
It's an emotional place.
Ooh, it's like verbally, mentally abusive.
And this is why I get off of it, because offline I'm treated pretty good. I still hold doors open and people say thank you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still say, people look at me crazy because I say excuse me and I address people as sir or ma'am, because I'm respectful like that, and I get that respect back. This is why I unplug, because the loud minority have the microphone right now, and ain't nobody telling them to shut the fuck up. So I gotta take myself away from that and actually experience how real life is.
Right. I agree with you on that. That 100% agree with you.
But social media is just like the rap game. It's a young man's sport. We old, so we just need, if we gotta have business, man. Handle business online, get up off there. It ain't for us.
Yeah.
It ain't for us, bro. Why are we over there? It's like this, bro.
Too.
I can say this shit right here, man. You can quote me on this, man.
Go ahead.
The man who sleeps on the floor can't fall out the bed. That's all I got to tell you.
Why
That's all I got to tell you, man.
Why
that's a prophetic moment right there,
bro. That's all I got to tell you, and that's simple as that, bro. Like, you keep on going in the damn ocean, and you get bit by a shark. It's sharks in that motherfucker. Now, if the shark is on the beach and he bite me, I got smoke with the shark. But I can't go to the motherfucking ocean and not
complain about the shark
and get bit by a fucking shark, a seahorse.
Exactly.
What's the shit? The stingray? It's deadly. Jellyfish is out there. It's deadly, bro.
You can't go to the ocean and then
and be victim. You can't do that. It don't look good on you.
And you know that, look, and that is why when you start talking about it, without this platform, when we're talking about solution is about identifying the problem. What side of the problem are you on? Are you just complaining, or are you abstaining? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, if you take yourself out the game to just observe, you'll find out everything you need to know once you step back into it. It don't take much, because ain't much change, you know. And go ahead, Chris.
Not to mention, what are you complaining about? And is what you're complaining about something that's happening in your life, or is it something you saw on your computer screen that might relate that you might relate to?
Who else trauma are you taking on?
Yeah,
right. Like, what?
Why are you bringing this home?
That's the danger of, like, the emotional place. You know what?
Like, do you understand now?
Emotionally subconscious.
Yeah, like you. I think social media is the manifestation of the subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
All of us have seen Ghostbusters, right?
Right.
I'm gonna give you an analogy of what social media is. Remember when they go out there and they pull the trap out, and then they catch the ghost, and they go in that little that thing and they little trap, and then they get back to the firehouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when they put that the trap into the containment unit, and then they let the ghost go free inside the containment unit? That's what social media is.
Yep.
The containment unit, what all the ghosts is. You know what I'm saying? It's just the truth. Like,
and we all got to be.
Was that not good? Did I leave that out right?
So, and some people are the ghosts, and then some people is the Ghostbuster.
Yeah. Look, well, you know, old Fresh made it into the containment unit. Look like he got caught in the trap. Fresh.
Oh yeah, I told you, man.
Yeah. Social media purgatory.
Yeah.
He ended up with Derek Jackson. Who else in social media purgatory?
Steve Harvey, the man got divorced.
Lil Boosie. Boosie got 6 different accounts.
Hey,
now.
that
I'm
will
like,
be
God damn, shut the fuck up. He went from 8 million people.
Boosie be
to
wilding
like
though.
200,000.
Boosie be
Yeah.
wild. I had to stop watching
what I'm
him. He be wilding.
You say
Yeah,
yeah,
he say too much.
man.
Yeah,
Look,
there's too much. It's just like I said, there's so much. You know, and then, you know what else I don't like, and I have to say this too. You know, when you're on social media and they bring these young influential women, not influential women that are influenced in a bad way, but anyways, and they don't talk to them properly. Like they use stupid thing like I'm gonna clap your cheeks and just disrespectful talk, man. And you're a grown man talking like this. It's like you just look at them and you want to just slap him and go, bro, you're saying it to trigger her.
Twan.
You're saying it to trigger her so you can have a clip. And
No. Listen, Twan. You said something earlier. You said something about medication, older, everything like that. The younger generation has different lingo. You got to kind of communicate to them in a way that they can understand.
That's why we need to be off of it.
If you say the shit, then you might get this old ass nigga up out of here. No,
and you know what? And I'll take my morals and values with it. But that's what I'm saying. Like if I had a panel of women, first of all, I'd put them all in check to say, listen, I don't want you talking like that. You're not gonna act. If a woman talked to me like that with that shit, I'd be looking at her like, did you go to school? Like, where's that language passing? Like I can't take you nowhere with a mouth like that. I don't understand why we can't put etiquette back in people's mouth. I don't want these people that we talk to go out in the real world and talk like that because you ain't going to end up far. You're only good for one dimension. And I just think that as men, we should conduct ourselves. We want to if we're going to take the lead, then we have to show them how to, we have to lead them in the right direction.
But we ain't leading nobody no damn 21, bro. Like they not listening.
I'm talking about those ones. I'm talking about.
What are you talking about? You just
No,
said
I'm talking about the accountable ones. If we bring women like that on a show, if I have 21, 22-year-olds on the show, I'm going to educate them before I put their faces on to say, listen, you're not going to make us look bad.
You're going to screen them.
Yeah. That's you at your age right now, though. You see
right.
what I'm saying? This guy,
not even my age, dude. It's not even my age. You're not going to speak like that to an adult. You're not. You're not. You're 21 of nothing with an airhead that shows your tits on OnlyFans. Where are you going with that? After them things start to hit your navel area, what are you going to do with it?
Listen, you ain't going to buy. Yeah, you ain't buying it. Somebody else is going to.
Those people aren't your audience. Yeah. So like we get that, and that's the thing that we can't regulate. Like if they can only regulate people that want guidance. You know what I'm saying? Like the only people that can be regulated are people that's looking for help. And if they don't see,
that's who I'd like to reach out to. Those ones.
1-800-555
Antoine. That's why you got a number. You know what I'm saying? He ready to fix it.
He trying to rescue. He's searching rescue squad.
I don't want to rescue anyone, but goddamn, it's like it's the same shit over and over. They're regurgitating the same shit over and over. How many channels you gonna have to talk about how this black men ain't shit and baby mamas and weaves and ratchet and eyelash? How many shows can you milk that shit from in the dating world and how bad the dating world is? No, nigga, that's what you're attracting. Pick your game up and you'll have a better pool of fish. You'll have a better pool of fish.
Change your bait.
Change your bait, man.
Change your bait, bro.
You got to change your bait.
Look at Fresh. He talked about it so much he ended up getting one.
Like, go ahead, Chris.
He changed his bait.
Chris, what you got for us, man? Because we get ready to get up out of here. We're gonna brainstorm backstage. Go ahead. Lead us, so angry man.
And now you can see right now I'm trying really hard to maintain my composure. Like you can see it. I am trying so hard to maintain my composure right now.
You're doing well, sir.
But like I always say, I took a shower. So I'm looking at it from an objective point of view. I can't really fault these social media influencers for putting the stuff out that they putting out because the algorithm always wins. And this type of stuff is what people are watching and what's generating the revenue. So I can get it from a financial standpoint. I can get it from that standpoint. I can get it from that standpoint. Like if you already know that if you bring these OnlyFans models on this platform and you say the stuff that you say about the things that they doing is gonna trigger a reaction, and you're gonna have a bunch of dudes with a battery in their back encouraging this kind of behavior because they themselves can't do it in real life. So they have to live vicariously through two people who ain't even really living the life that they say that they live in real life. They living it on social media. You understand what I'm saying? So from an objective, I need to make some money standpoint, and I need to figure out what the people are watching standpoint. I get it, but goddamn, man, it sucks when people like that get exposed. Like it sucks because there are a lot of people following them, and then to see your fearless leader get exposed for doing the same thing he's encouraging you not to do is kind of like I gotta look at you sideways now. And now you got other content creators who are already at your neck to begin with because you sent out 1 trillion copyright strikes when you didn't have when you didn't even have a case in the copyright strikes to deal with. So you got other channels that have huge followings all converging together on you. The first time you mess up, you already know what time it is. You understand what I'm saying? So on that side of it, I can understand a bit, but you know better. You know better. So like I said in the beginning, man, you deserve every piece of what you getting. Every single piece. You deserve it. And I hope she and I hate to say it because it may sound it may sound like I'm a real live hater when I say this, but hearing how he was talking to her about unaliving that child, I hope she pressed charges.
Yep, exactly. You know,
I hope she pressed charges, man, because you shouldn't be doing that. What is wrong with you? You shouldn't be doing that, man, and you can't do that. But that's also why I agree with the 6-week heartbeat rule. You know what I'm saying? That certain states have already put into place where you can't unalive a child after 6 weeks or after that child has a heartbeat. I completely understand that, and it's not about the women. It's about these men needing to understand that it ain't worth trying to bust nuts in every club you in. You got to control that, because now if you wind up making a mistake and that child has a heartbeat, you can't get out of it, stupid. So why not protect yourself? It's on us now. Like I've been saying before, man, you fix the kings, the kingdom falls back in line. It's on us now. We got to fix us before we can even tell them anything.
Right.
Yeah,
we got to fix us.
He shot out for that for sure. I don't know about the present the charge. I think she just gonna goddamn had his baby, if she even pregnant, you feel me? And had his baby and put him on child support and milk him, because that's what it's going. That's what it's looking like.
And if she's smart,
I want to be with you, and then you don't want to be with me, and you trying to damn play me. Now it's a woman scoring. You feel me?
And if
I hope she files a civil suit too.
That too. But if she's smart, I would make a YouTube channel based around me getting pregnant. I would base everything around me, how it's going. I would milk it. How it's going. I would milk that shit. I would milk that. I would milk that.
Hey, look, that's why we're getting out of here. Hey, on that note, I like to thank the audience for showing up.
Yeah,
Chris and Antoine, you guys are always been welcome, and I appreciate what you guys contribute to the platform. My brother Bro back here with SLP.
I got it. Getting unfit while trying to stay fresh. Because you're getting fresh.
We can work on that.
She just gave her a title for her chick. What is wrong with you?
Hey, you need to reach out to her.
Yeah, reach out to her.
Mom, be her lawyer.
Yeah, DM her.
Getting unfit while trying to stay fresh.
Be her representative. Twan over there, crazy.
We out.
Make sure you subscribe on all platforms and hit the like button and follow. Please leave your feedback in the comments. Make sure you hit up the super chat, leave a donation to support the platform. Yo chick make you mad, my chick make me a sandwich. Yo chick make you mad, my chick make me a sandwich. Go cop the shirt, visit the merch store, shop with Accountable Masculinity, and support the platform. Men have hope.